The Sports Scouting Report with Lee Burkeen. Brought to you by
Give the Bug Man a call. We get them before they get you.
Harvey Auto in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you have trusted for years. Here's your host, Lee Burkeen.
Hi everyone, Lee Burkeen with the Sports Scouting Report podcast. I've got Coach Seth Babin with us. Before we go to Seth Babin, I want to mention I'm wearing a Boston Red Sox cap. I'm not a fan of the Red Sox. It's the only cap I could find. I'm just wearing a cap today. I'm a Yankees fan, actually, Coach. Not a Red Sox fan, but
neither one for me.
I went to Fenway, and I got the cap in the little store next to Fenway.
It's historical.
And I said, oh, let me get a cap.
Yep.
Seth Babin, how you doing?
Nice to meet you.
16 years at St.Amant as offensive coordinator.
I think so. I think this will be my year. Number 16. Flies by. I lose track most of the time, but I think that's about right.
Played quarterback at St.Amant. Your brother Brian Babin played quarterback at St.Amant.
Yes.
Your son is going to be a sophomore quarterback for you at St.Amant.
Yes.
Because you're the OC. And then you went to Southeastern and played quarterback.
Yep. It's been kind of a line in our family. It started with me. Only position I've ever played in football is quarterback. Pee-wee. Then middle school football when I played for my dad. And then high school, played quarterback there at St.Amant for Coach David Swacker. Moved on to Southeastern, played for Coach Hal Mummy and Coach Dennis Rowland. Really the only position I've ever played. And my brother, for whatever reason, chose to play it as well. And it was always when I finished one step along the line, he'd step in and he'd take over from there. And now looking forward to my son's turn to be a sophomore and see what he can do.
You've had some good quarterbacks. You recently coached Cole Poirier. He was at Nichols baseball, right?
Cole's at Nichols playing baseball. Kind of an unusual circumstance with Cole. I think a lot of his shortcomings in the recruitment process were with the portal, COVID extra years, kind of rosters not being the same way they may be in a normal year. But Cole was a 3-year starter for us and as good as a quarterback in high school as you could ask for.
Speaking of the team, I know you're filling in today, and I'm glad you're here, Coach, because Oliver's on vacation somewhere. David, Oliver, hope you're having a great time. But David wanted you to come and speak for the team. We're going to talk about the tradition still, but the team coming back. Y'all played a lot of young guys last year. Yes. I know y'all lost a lot of D linemen.
D-line was our biggest hit.
But y'all had a lot of kids come back, right?
We got some, typical year at St.Amant, we're going to lose a few to graduation and seniors, but our program is always going to have the next man up philosophy. We put a lot of time and effort to sub-varsity, JV, and freshmen, so when those guys get ready to step in, it's their opportunity. So big losses, Dylan Carpenter, moving on, collegiate career, Peyton Anderson, a lot of those guys, but our offensive line will get our center back, Cooper Cheatwood. A lot of starts with our left guard, Seth Guidry. Luke Raffrey out at wide receiver, and we have kind of a stable of running backs that got time last year. Some of those guys you'll talk with later on.
Speaking of LSU and one of your guys on the team, it's been a long time since St.Amant has had a player sign with LSU in football.
Yeah.
But Dylan Carpenter has that look. He has that Joey Bosa look. Big, tall guy, 6'4", 6'5", 240, 250. How's he doing? How's he coming along?
He's there during the summertime for school, doing the class, getting acclimated, lifting. Dylan's the kid, when he walks in, everybody's going to notice. He's going to fit the part at LSU for sure. I'm looking forward to seeing how he competes at that level. He's never backed down from a challenge before, so I'm sure he's going to attack it the same way. It'd be interesting to follow him in fall camp, kind of see how he's going. Peyton Anderson I ran into the other day. He's at Southeastern. He's on campus. Same thing. Big old guy is going to jump in there to college ranks and compete, and we know they're going to represent us well.
Number 99 and 44, right?
That's right.
99 was Carpenter and 44 was Anderson.
Peyton Anderson.
99 and 44 were beasts, and I went to y'all's Opelousas game last year. They were everywhere. Y'all had a lot of injuries at quarterback. You being the offensive coordinator, that was a tough season last year to Because you had 3 quarterbacks play, including your son.
We started with I guess a 3-man competition going into the spring and fall camp. 2 seniors, 1 junior, and both of the seniors had they got injured. So early on.
We're going to take a break, come back, talk more about quarterback, talk about your son who's going to be a sophomore. I mean, this man is a quarterback legend at St.Amant, his brother Brian, and he gets to coach his son, who is the quarterback at St.Amant, going to be a sophomore. When we come back, we'll ask more from Seth Babin at St.Amant High School.
What does that bug man do?
Not only do we do pest control, we do odor control, bat removal, moisture control, rodents, and of course, bed bug control. Give the bug man a call. We get them before they get you.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Welcome back, Lee Burkeen, the Sports Scouting Report podcast. I'm your host, and we've got Seth Babin with us, the offensive coordinator at St.Amant High School, 16 years now. Was a all-district, all-state quarterback at St.Amant. His brother Brian Babin was a tall quarterback, actually really tall, 6'4", 6'3". Yeah. Now your son, talk about your son. Tell him his name and what do you think about his upside as a coordinator, not just his dad?
Well, first of all, Cooper Babin, he's going to be a sophomore this year. So what I think he has to do is kind of become comfortable in our offense. He has a lot of stuff he has to block out. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time in his career he's been told or compared to, myself or his uncle. But he handles that well. Actually got a lot of running jokes that go along with our family, different times we get together. I think he has a lot in the future and the upside at the position. He's been kind of training for it with me along basically all of his career in football. So excited to kind of see him get out there and just kind of get into a normal everyday workday situation to where he just kind of can get started and get going.
All right. Cooper, your son,
Right.
Do you think he's going to be in your height or Brian's height? Because you're what, 6 foot, 6'1"?
So I'm 6'1" and my brother is 6'4". And I guess the perfect thing would be for somewhere in the middle.
6'2", maybe?
I obviously wouldn't be mad at 6'4", but we'll take whatever we can get.
Real excited about this season.
I am. It's kind of a unique situation. I know we've had some guys on our staff that were able to coach their sons along the way, and you start looking back, the time goes real quick. They go from a ball boy one day, and the next day you have him, he's a sophomore, and he's going to be playing quarterback for me this year. So I just want to embrace the whole time, enjoy it, and look forward to it and get some wins out of this deal.
Seth, before we go, do you have any Hal Mummy stories? Since he coached at Southeastern.
Say on camera?
Yeah, on camera.
Coach Mummy's big thing, when he was getting players to play for him, is he was going to tell every quarterback, wide receiver, I don't know why you would want to play anywhere else. We're going to throw it 60 times a game. And so that sold a lot of guys in the passing offense to want to go play for him.
Now, you were there, and I'm just thinking of this right now. Britt Beard,
Brett was there when I was
who's the
there.
head coach at Denham now.
He is.
Was your teammate at Southeastern.
We have several of them. Brett Beard's at Denham Springs.
Hutch Gonzalez?
Hutch Gonzalez is at Live Oak. Trey Willie's at Ponchatoula High. Ross Currier is at Jules Sumner.
A lot of guys.
A lot of guys
team.
from that team back in those days.
It rubbed off with Mommy, huh?
Started getting into the coaching world.
That was a heck of a staff. Woody Woodenhigh for him, the big O-line coach, who we lost too young.
Coach Dennis Rowland.
Dennis Rowland.
Yeah, they had a pretty good staff. A lot of it was Coach Matt Mummy and a lot of guys at his age that they kind of groomed. Coach Gary Goff is at the head coach at McNeese now.
Unbelievable.
And going in his first year. So pretty big pedigree that came over from Southeastern.
Seth, before we finish, got 1 minute left. What is your biggest thing as a coordinator? What do you like doing the most? Some guys are 5 wide, 4 wide. Some like balance, some like a fullback, some like H-backs.
I like to be as balanced as possible, and what we do is whatever the identity of our team is what we're going to take over. If that's throwing it a little bit more, running it more, deception, whatever it's going to be, whatever the identity of our kids, we're going to sell that to them, and we're going to work hard, and that's what we're going to do.
Seth Babin, man, 16 years at St.Amant, was a quarterback at St.Amant. Brother Brian Babin, college quarterback, and Cooper Babin, his son, is going to be a sophomore. And who knows, he might end up being 6'5" when it's said and done.
Wouldn't be mad at it.
And then you told me your dad was a linebacker.
Yes.
So he wasn't a quarterback, your dad.
My dad's a longtime middle school coach at Galvez Middle, played at St.Amant, and he was a linebacker. So the quarterback thing kind of took him for a different route.
Before we go, Coach, we got a few seconds left. What do you think of LSU winning the national championship in baseball?
I think that was one incredible College World Series to watch, and coming down, elimination games like that shows their grit, and that's what you like to see in athletics.
Skeens is unbelievable, isn't he?
I'm just glad I got an opportunity to watch him.
Because you play baseball.
He's incredible, yep.
Skeens and Cruz and Tommy Tanks and Hurd and Cooper, a lot of guys. Dugas went in the 6th round to the Nationals the other day, and then Beloso. What a heck of a career Beloso
I think he has the stars and the program players match up very well, and that's what you got at the end of the day.
Ackenhausen, or whatever you say, Ackenhausen.
He stepped up big
He
time.
Stepped up. Coach, appreciate you.
No problem, man.
Thank you. Got the Gators.
Yep, what's up?
St.Amant, Seth
for having
Babin.
me.
Appreciate it. David Oliver will see the show when he comes back from vacation. But we got a couple of St.Amant players we're going to interview too in a different show. You'll get to meet them, 224 kids. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Sports Scouting Report podcast with Lee Burkeen.